Hello, welcome to Country Stitchers. I'm Deb,
I'm
and
McKenna.
this is our honorary Country Stitcher.
McKenna.
Since Liz can't be here, unfortunately, we miss her. And you have big shoes to fill if you're gonna sit in that seat, chick.
Liz loves me. It's fine.
She actually did get a tiny bit of stitching done, so that's good. I said if you're gonna sit there, you have to do something, right?
Yep.
All right. So, thanks for joining us. We hope you're all doing well and you're enjoying your Corona staycation at home. We've been, what have we been doing? Just, I don't know. We've been in the kitchen cooking and baking.
We used an Instapot for the first time.
Yeah, we did.
Instant pot.
Yeah.
Sorry. Not Insta. I
and
think
that-
it should be Insta, but
I know, I do too. That turned out well. That was good.
yeah.
I'm not sure it saved me a whole bunch of time, but oh well, it was good.
It wasn't very instant for being an Instant Pot.
Maybe it was just that recipe. We'll have to keep experimenting.
If you have any good suggestions, drop them down in the comments.
So yes, we were in the kitchen a lot, and McKenna's still working at the hospital. Thank you to all of the kind comments from when we did our hallway tour, saying for McKenna to stay safe and all that. That was nice. You got a lot of love.
That was nice. Thank
And
you.
thank you to all of you out there that are on the front lines, either in the hospitals or, I mean, gosh, even the grocery store people, anybody.
I went to Wise the other day and they all had like those like sneeze guard glass things up like in front of them, and they had it at Cherry Hill too.
Yeah, yeah.
Should be smart.
Yeah, it is smart. So everybody's doing what we can, and hopefully this will all be over with. But I don't mind being at home. I think, I mean, I'm kind of a homebody anyway, so it's not really that bad. It's weird having your husband home. That's weird. And he took over my part of my craft room, and my my sewing machine actually got demoted to the floor, so that's different. But other than that, you know, Logan's still working because he's working on a farm, and that's essential. And then he likes to go fishing. You're still working, so
I'm essential.
you
I even
are.
have a sign on the back of my car saying I'm essential.
So that if you get pulled over, you don't get in trouble.
Yep.
Huh? Oh my gosh. All right, well, I just wanted to show you some things I've been working on and go through some comments and questions. Hopefully you all got to see Liz's solo video that she put out before this one. And we're just gonna kind of go back and forth.
I should talk about our chickens that we got yesterday.
Oh yeah, we got some new chickens.
I named them
Yes, you did.
Corona, Fiona, Pebbles, and Poppy.
Yeah.
So there we go. And then we have Donald, who's a girl, Rocky, who's a girl, and Thelma.
Yes. So it takes a little bit for them to kind of get all used to each other.
We can see them right now. That's what we're
Yeah, we
looking
can. And so the new ones are, well, they're just not quite established yet in the flock. And so it's a lot of babysitting and a lot of trying to just make sure somebody doesn't kill somebody out there. And we also...
They're bullies. They can be bullies.
Yeah, I know. I don't like that part at
Yeah.
all. I just don't understand why everybody just can't get along. Jeez.
Oh,
Hey. You're drinking? Why are you drinking?
because I need some water.
I don't think Liz and I have ever held up a cup ever in one of our videos.
Cheers.
That's good. Stay hydrated.
I need some water.
All right. Oh, and people want to see Hank's girlfriend. They want to see a picture of Clementine. She's cute.
I hope this comes through.
I know.
You
You
can see it.
like put the brightness down. Sometimes that helps.
Down.
Yeah. I guess. I don't know. Nope, that didn't help at all.
Hold on. Un momento, por favor.
Oh.
That's a nice picture.
There she is.
That's Clementine.
Yeah. So that's Hank's girlfriend. And no, there won't be any Hank babies. We do not have any bulls here. We have all steers. So when she gets bred, we'll be able to choose the steer and go from there. But everybody's getting along out there, which is wonderful. We just got to get the chickens all happy.
Yeah.
All right, let's go through some comments. Okay. When I did the really short video of some of the stitching in the hallway, I wanted to go over a few things. I wanted to say hi to Linda. She left a message about the band sampler that I have hanging up. She really, really likes it, enjoys it, but she doesn't prefer to stitch in hand, and she was wondering how I held that or secured it while I was stitching it. So I did start off with a small Q-snap frame, much smaller than this one. I just had this with me, but you can get one of the really tiny Q-snaps, and then your banding can kind of be secured on the top and the bottom. It won't be on the sides because the Q-snap will still be too wide, but it works. It holds it nice and tight. But Liz and I made these little rolls a while ago, and it's just a toilet paper roll. So, you know, all that toilet paper that you can't find out there, once you've used it, save the roll, and all you do is just...
Could you also cut up a paper towel roll too?
Perfect, yeah. And you could use a paper towel roll and keep it longer for larger pieces. So what I do is, this is another band sampler that I showed you a while ago. This is the blue band sampler. Same thing, it comes to you, you know, in email form. And I had a bunch of things to rip out here, and remember Liz offered to rip it out. I didn't make her do that, I did it myself. I know she would have, but I didn't want to take her time. So anyway, it is all fixed, so now I can continue with my banding. But what I do is I just take one of these pins.
Pretty pin.
Thank you. Stick it in there so that, you know, nothing else falls off the roll, and then I can just go ahead and stitch. I don't like to stitch in hand either, but for some reason it doesn't bother me when I'm using this, you know, the banding. I actually can stitch in hand, but if you want something that holds it really tight, the Q-snap did work really well. And then I'll just show you.
Stitching in hand reminds me of Downton Abbey.
Yeah.
When they, like, certain scenes that they would do of, like, all the women sitting in the parlor, and they would be there in their fancy dresses.
Oh, those are the days. And someone brings you tea.
Oh, tea.
Nice. So anyway, this is my toilet paper roll that I can roll my little bandings up on. All right, Miss McKenna, I'll have you fix that. Nice little helper.
I don't know what to do.
You don't know what to do. All right. So in the hallway, I had a bunch of people talking about the farmhouse, like the scene that I did with the farms, and also this one. That's the Little House Needleworks, and they're all separate charts. This is the Hometown Holiday Series. So first of all, I had said that it was fabric from Hobby Lobby. So when you go to Hobby Lobby, it comes in packages, and it's, did you do it? Oh, backwards, okay. This is how it comes, and this is 32 count, that is what I stitched it on, and it's just called Natural, and it's by Zweigart. So you can find it in Hobby Lobby, and so that was number one. That was one question, and then well, go backwards. Okay. So Denise, she wanted to know a few questions, like did I graft it out ahead of time, or did I just kind of like stitch it on the fly? Did I use a hoop? Did I stitch in hand? Roller frame? Anything like that, because I think she's interested in doing this. So I did use a Q-snap when I stitched this. I did not graph it out. I'll tell you what I did. I chose, yeah, thanks, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 different charts right here, okay? So what I did was I did get a Q-snap, and I started on the left side of the fabric, and since it was such a long piece of fabric, I kind of like fold my fabric and then I secure it on this side of the Q-snap, and that worked out well. So what I decided to do, since I had a whole bunch of questions and comments about that, is I have more charts. I always wanted to do another one and use up the rest of my charts that I have in the same series. So I'm gonna call that Hometown Holidays Phase 2. This is Phase 1. So I have a few to pick from. I don't have all of my, I don't know where they all went. I have some of my cover sheets, not all of them, so I'll show you a few of them. This is Coffee Shop. This is the Diner. I have the Toy Store, the Needlework Shop, the Sweet Shop, and the Bookstore. So the first thing I would do is figure out how I want to lay them out. And for this next phase, I'm going to do the Sweet Shop first, then the Bookstore, Coffee Shop, the Diner, the Toy Store, then the Needlework Shop. So, got that, babe?
Yeah, do you want me to put it down?
Yeah, that's fine. what I do first to figure out how much fabric I need is I'll go through the patterns and I write down the stitch counts for every one of them. So start with the width, write them down, and then the height. Then what I'll do is I'll total my width, and for the height, you just figure out which pattern is the highest count. And that would be Toy Store. So it's 53 high, that's the highest any of these patterns are. Okay, so that's easy, that's simple. Then I wanna add 2 inches around for framing. So I will go to my phone and I will pull up the Stitching the Night Away app. It's the cross stitch fabric calculator. And I'll put in the 452 because that's the total of how wide, how long my piece is gonna be for stitches. Then I'll put in the 53 stitches high. Then I'll hit the little button that says stitching over 2 with a 2-inch border. And then I'll let it calculate. So that will tell me what my cut size of my fabric should be. So I went ahead then and I had some more natural in my stash also. And I cut this to 33 by 8. So it's 33 inches long by 8 inches wide or deep. And that will give me 2 inches extra all the way around for when I want to get it framed. Then I think what I'm going to do is just use the same kind of colors that I used in the farm series and the Hometown Holidays Phase 1 that I did. I went ahead and got a bunch of color cards, went through every pattern, chose some of what they called for, and then I decided to do some of my own things. But I went ahead and made 2 floss cards and wrote everything down so that I have all of my colors, and those are what I'm going to pick from to go ahead and do this next phase also, so that I have the same kind of colors in all the patterns. And the white that I'm using
There goes our neighbor on a mower.
yeah. The white that I'm using is my favorite. McKenna, do you know what my favorite white is? Are you cheating? Are you looking?
No, I have no clue. Ivory.
No.
Is that white?
But, yeah, you're right. I don't like a bright white at all.
Yeah.
So it's called Grits by Weeks Dye Works, and that's what I used for my snow. Because, yeah, I can't stand a bright white. Drives me nuts. All right. So hopefully that helps you out, and I
That's a lot
will.
of math.
Yeah, it's a lot of math. And I will go ahead and get that started. And even if I choose to do most of the pattern, but maybe I choose to leave out a tree, as long as you have the stitch count that they call for, even if you leave something out and omit it, you don't have to worry. It's better to have more fabric than not enough. Definitely. So hopefully I will get started on that and I can just show you my progress as I go. It really does stitch up quick, and that would be nice to have one more thing finished. So I'll be working on that.
Cute. Nope.
Isn't that pretty? I came with this. Remember when we got these
Oh
at
my
that
gosh,
craft fair?
yeah.
Yeah, and then I got one for Liz. Yes.
Show the camera how cute that notebook is.
I think we did show them before, but because it matches the
That's cute.
this thing here. You can hold that up again if you want to. And our little these that we have to make, remember? They're making.
Oh, the clipboards.
Yeah. All right. So let me get another comment here. Other way.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right. Deborah, she loved the Around the World sampler that I showed in the hallway. That was from a online Australian magazine, and it was issue 20, but it was way back in 2007. And the magazine is no longer. So I have no idea if somehow you can find the charts to this mystery sampler. I have no idea, but it was www.thegiftofstitching.com. So the magazine was called The Gift of Stitching. You might want to check out that website. Maybe you'll have some luck.
Show the bottom corner of that too, just that people can see it.
Yeah, that's
maybe.
what I just told them, and maybe we'll be able to get that in the
here.
show notes. I don't know. Is that coming through? Hopefully you can see that okay there. But then what I did was because it's so much information. I mean, these two ladies, they collaborated on this, and it's awesome. It's a journey around the world that I think it's 11. Yeah, it's 11 different countries, and they teach you not only are you stitching all the different motifs, they tell you why you're stitching those motifs, like why it would have been found in that country at that time on those samplers. And it's just awesome. There is so much information in here, and it's a lot of fun to go through. But I had this on my floor stand forever, felt like. And so
It was part of the house.
it was, yeah.
It was part of the decor.
I still remember the day that I took it off and I put my floor stand away. They both came home from school and like went into the living room and stopped and thought, what the heck is different? What did you do different in here? And it was just that I took away the sampler. So they really just write everything out for you. There's a lot of different stitches in this. I mean, tons of different stitches. Everything that you can probably think of is in here. Even bouillon, which...
It's a fun word.
Yeah, so many different stitches. But they do give you also really great graphs for if you've never done this stitch before. It's pretty easy to follow, you know, for you to learn them all. But it's just awesome because they explain to you, you know, what you're doing and why you're doing it. So much fun. We took it to Staples and had it bound so that when I stuck it up on my floor frame as I was stitching, I could look at just one chart at a time, you know, and that helped a lot. So good luck. I hope you're able to find it because that was one of my most favorite things I've ever stitched. All right, this way. Mm-hmm. Debbie, she wanted me to show my progress on Barbara Anna, All Creatures Great and Small. Can you hold that up to the camera real quick? I think I'm finished with that. She said she's stitching it also, and she has changed up the colors, but they don't show up very well. So what fabric did I choose? And she's thinking of starting it over. Ooh, hope you didn't get too far. I am using the called for fabric, which I think is Vintage Country Mocha, and it's 40 count.
I could go for a mocha.
You didn't get your daily Starbucks. Oh, you get free drinks at Starbucks when you're a healthcare worker. Did you know that?
It's a free, tall, iced or coffee. It can be iced or it can be hot. But yeah, it's for
That's
free.
awesome.
Which is so nice.
That is so nice because you're like a Starbucks addict.
Yeah, they put one 3 minutes down the road. That
Yeah.
was very smart.
No,
That was a very
that is
strategic move
not
of them.
good for your wallet, babe.
Yeah,
Not
I
at
know.
all. You're gonna have to get a part-time job.
Yeah, I know. It's pretty bad.
Okay.
I have an addiction.
Yeah, you do. And coffee mugs. You have an addiction to
Oh
coffee
my
mugs
gosh,
too.
my friend just got me the prettiest one. I love Disney, and it's a Beauty and the Beast. I should go get it. Actually, it might be in the dishwasher.
It is.
And it has
Oh my gosh.
Belle and Beast
It is
on
cute.
the front, and then on the back it says I forget what it says. Something about adventure and love, and it is the cutest and nicest thing.
It is. It's
She
cute.
got it for me because she loves me.
Yeah. And she was thanking you for going into that emergency room.
Yeah, she's really nice of her.
All right. So I did change some of the colors. The pattern calls for all DMC. So I do have some DMC chosen, but then I wanted to have some variegation in, especially my greens and also the water and my brown. So I did choose a few different colors. All of these that are not DMC are the ones that I decided to change. So I'll show you what I have so far. Can I use this, please? Yeah. Thanks.
Do you want me to hold it while you explain?
No, it's okay. I think I can hold it up because I really didn't get too much further on it. But this is what I have so far. And I am choosing not to do the outer border. I'll do everything but that. It just wasn't speaking to me, so.
Wasn't speaking to me.
So anyway, good luck with that. I hope you didn't get too far if you have to start over.
Can I show my mug? I found it.
Oh, sure.
I found it on Amazon. This is the front. And then the back says, oh, open your heart to new adventures. It is so cute. It's
It
my
is cute.
favorite thing.
It is cute.
And it's pretty big too, so if you want it, it's only $15 on Amazon. And they have a whole bunch of other ones too. But yeah, okay, I'll stop talking about
Okay,
my
yeah,
mugs
we're not
now.
mug shopping.
Sorry.
You get easily distracted. Where do you get that from? No idea. Okay, you did show Hank's girlfriend. 1952 Trouble. She would like to know when you remove thread from a card, like with the Classic Colorworks or Weeks Dye Works, how do you remove it without undoing the entire skein? This is how I do it whenever I get one. These are all cut, but they'll come like with a loop, with a loop at the bottom. I just cut through all of the threads that are looped, and then all you have to do is just pull it from this half hitch here. You just pull it thread by thread off there. No knotting, no tangles, done. So that's what I do. And it also, by cutting that loop, it makes it the perfect length for stitching. For me, anyway, that's what I do. Oh, I thought this was cute. Christy Stitches, she said, well, thank you for your comments. That was really nice. But then she said she had coffee on her stitching before it was cool. She never really learned that coffee near stitching and toddlers don't mix well. Isn't that cute? She was coffee staining her stuff before it was cool. All right, so is that all the comments, babe?
Yes.
I think that's it. Fantastic. Now, what have I been working on? Oh, I gotta show you something that I got done. So Liz, when she was able to be over one of the last times, I was having Matt put something together for us, build something for us, but she got in my craft room and I forgot that they were sitting there, weren't quite finished, so I had to fib to her. And anyway, she was cute. She was like, can I put in my order? And I did.
Oh, I remember that.
I know, and I didn't want to tell her. I'm like, oh, one of those is yours. But I had Matt make some more holders for our scissors because, you know, Miss Liz gets these little beautiful fobs stitched oh so quickly. And I wanted to give her another holder. And I also need one because mine from downstairs is getting filled up very quickly. So it's just a block of wood, and then he put some trimmer on the bottom, and then I distressed mine. I painted it white and then just went at it with a sandpaper. So I think that turned out really cool. And now I can hang more of my fobs that she ever so kindly makes me. And then for Liz, hers is a little bit bigger, and I didn't put sandpaper to it because, Liz, I'm not sure if you want it to look more rustic, or you might want to wax it. I'm not sure. But I found this really pretty color. It's like a blue-gray. This is what's in McKenna's
It's called
bedroom.
Silver Bells.
Yeah, it's called Silver Bells.
Sorry, Sleigh Bells.
Is it?
Sleigh Bells or Silver Bells?
I don't know.
I don't know, that's the color of my bedroom.
Yeah, and your bathroom, I think.
And my bathroom.
But it's really pretty. And hers is a little bit deeper, and because sometimes Liz makes these really nice, long, beautiful ones, and I didn't want it hanging, you know, when she sets it, I didn't want all of the fringe to be hanging on whatever it is she sets it on.
Ariel.
It's Ariel. Yeah, isn't she cool?
I have an Ariel mug too.
So, Liz, I'll be dropping this off on your front porch, and if you want Rick to sand it or put some wax on it, go at it. But yeah, this was for you. I just didn't want to tell you when you were there. So we got that done.
Surprise.
Yes. That was cute. She's like, can I place my order? I'm like, oh. And let's see. The only finish that I got done was my, ta-da, my first ever hooking piece. Aren't you proud of your mother? She's a hooker.
Oh my God.
So,
Whoa.
I'm gonna cover you up for just a second,
Okay,
babe.
go ahead.
Oh, you turned all red. She's embarrassed. That's cute. I'm proud.
She's a proud hooker. No shame. Shameless hooker.
That's right, darn it. This is so much fun. I love rug hooking, and this was a gift given to us by one of our very sweet, kind viewers. And there was 2 chickens, so I have the one finished, and I have the other one downstairs. I was going to take it to the Spring Fiber Fest, but we all know that got canceled, unfortunately. So I will be starting the companion to this one to get it done. But I just had Matt build one of those real simple pine frames again. I took it outside and spray painted it black, and then took sandpaper and just roughed it up on the edges real well. And I had him cut it to the exact size of the rug. I didn't want to see anything but just the rug hooking. And I think it turned out really cool for my very first attempt. And on the back then, I just put some brown paper once I got it all secured. So I did block it, I think that's what it was called, you have to get like a wet towel and a hot iron when you're finished hooking. And and then,
Oh my gosh.
so when you're finished that, then I laid it on the frame, and I did put some glue. Wherever I was gonna cut this fabric, I wanted to make sure that I had glue so that I could actually cut in the glue margin, or if that makes any sense, so that the fabric doesn't unwind and fray. And then Matt has this stapler that it goes into wood. It's one of those real cool staplers. It was stapled in once I got it secure, and then I just was able to get the fabric or the brown paper and put it to the back with some glue, and I just have to get a hanger up here for it. To make it a little puffy, like I don't know if you can tell or not, but it has just a little bit of puffiness to it. It doesn't sink all the way back in. I did put some batting behind the rug hooking in between the brown paper and the rug hooking. So there is a couple, maybe like 2 layers of batting in between there, so that she kind of puffed out a little bit. But I think that turned out really cool.
Proud
That
of
was
you
my,
for being a hooker.
thank you, babe. I try.
Never been prouder.
I knew you'd be proud of me. All right, so what else am I working on? Oh, the Scarlet House. I love this thing. This is the little red chair sampler. Thank you, Sandy. She was stitching this when we were away, and Liz and I fell in love with it. It is so beautiful. So she was stitching it on 46 count parchment, and it was just stunning with the called for threads. So she sent the fabric for us, and I love 46 count. If you like 40 count, it's really, I don't really see much difference as you're stitching it, but it is so nice. Oh my gosh. This is all silks. There's only like maybe 5 colors of silk, but it is so much fun. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And this is like almost halfway finished. It's just gonna be a tiny little thing, really cute. That red is so pretty, and with that blue. Oh my gosh, these are the colors.
It's a stunner.
It is a stunner. Okay, so let's see here. Oh, I'll have to show you there's my tag that I made for it, and then these are the colors. So yeah, there's not many colors, but it's the silk, and it's beautiful. It is Gloriana. I think it's all Gloriana silk. Yep, all Gloriana. So I was working on that. And then, because I want to just start everything, I did start something else. I started the first lesson of the summer schoolhouse by Brenda Gervais. I have had this ready to go and kitted up for quite some time. So I got that out. Can I have this again, please? And do you want to hold that up and show them? Thanks. So I started lesson 1. This is stitched over 1 on 28 count mushroom Lugana. I think it's, the fabric's okay. I'm kind of halfway wishing I would have changed the fabric, but I think I'll stick with it. It's with 1 strand of thread over 1. I have seen some people actually do this over 2, and it's really pretty too, like really pretty. But I think I'll continue. I think for the most part I'm using the called for threads, I think. I don't know, I'd have to look that up, but I went ahead and started that. Then, oh, it doesn't matter. Let's put this
Sorry,
over
I'm
here.
not very good at this.
Yes.
Yes.
Did I say that out loud?
Wow. Ouch.
Liz would have this all taken care of, McKenna. All right, so remember I showed you the Teresa Kogut pattern that I loved when I got that. I bought it in Vegas, and it's the Newcastle bouquet, or bouquet, however you want to say that. It's so pretty. So I went ahead and pulled colors for that because I'm changing a few. Instead of using licorice red, I'm using Louisiana hot sauce. Instead of glazed carrots, I'm using baked clay.
This is like nail polish names.
Yeah, exactly. I know. Instead of DMC 739, I'm using banana pudding. Instead of 801, I am using hazelnut.
I'm gonna make banana pudding.
Yeah,
This sounds good.
it does sound good. We've been drinking our green smoothies every day.
Oh yeah.
McKenna makes us a detox smoothie because you don't want to pick up the quarantine 15 while you're at home. So
It's a cup of water, 3 cups of spinach, but I put a lot of spinach in. A whole lemon squeezed, a whole apple, a whole banana, and it calls for 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, but I think I put in at least 2.
yeah.
And then you just mix it all up in the blender. It's really good.
Yeah, it is very good.
My dad
Did
likes
you say
that.
apple too? You
Yeah,
did
I
say
said
apple,
I
right?
said
Okay.
1 whole apple.
Okay.
And lately I've been putting in 2 bananas instead of 1.
Yeah,
But
yeah, it's very yummy. All right, so this is the fabric that I chose. Remember, this is that, isn't this the dill that we talked about? Yeah, it is. And
Dill?
then, yeah, it's called dill. What do you think of that?
I think
No, the dill, what do you think? Does that remind you of dill?
no.
See? But,
That's why I said dill.
right, but then the comments, because it didn't remind me of dill either, but then the comments made sense. People were saying the flour, though, that comes to the top of the dill, once it, like, after it's been out for a while, is this color. And that's true. It's like a mustard
Really?
color. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I never noticed
Yep.
that.
But I forgot all about that.
Because isn't it normally white?
Dill?
Yeah.
No.
Like the flour.
No, it's this color. It comes this color.
Oh my gosh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, yeah. But I forgot all about.
Oh, okay, that makes
I forgot
sense
all
now.
about the flour. I was just thinking of the green. You know, dill being green.
Yeah, it's,
but
I think it's dill pickle. Because this looks like a dill pickle.
Yep. Anyway, so these are my colors that I chose, and that'll be fun to get that going. This is 40 count. So I'll be stitching that over 2, I think. All right, I think that's all the stuff I had to show. McKenna, you want to do a giveaway?
Yes.
So on the last video that Liz and I were actually able to get together on, we were saying thank you to all of our subscribers, and we had passed 8,000, so we wanted to do 8 grab bags. And we have those names chosen for you. So McKenna, you can read them. And then if you can get a hold of me, my email address is in the drop-down box. And I think I'm only gonna make 1 trip to the post office, so I'll wait until I hear from everyone, but then I will get them off to you. So send me an email. I'll send you a reply letting you know that I got it, okay?
All right, so sorry, my marker died halfway through, so then you'll realize that I switched to bigger, darker ink. So we have Stitching by Karen. I put a little heart down there for you. Shelly Bean. Kathy Coffenauer. I'm sorry if I can't pronounce your names correctly.
I think you're doing good.
Susan Federoff. Yep, there's the dark ink.
Yep.
Teresa Atkinson. And then Kimberly M. Honeybee. And Kim Rothermel.
Pretty good.
And then Sandy Coing. I think that's it. Yeah.
Good?
Yep.
All right, well, congratulations and thank you very much for subscribing. Thank you for everybody who leaves comments. Do you want to do, let's just give something else away too. Want to do that? So we have 2 samplers. You want to hold them up and show
Yes.
them? Let's see. If you are interested in winning both of these samplers, just write something about,
Clementine.
oh, really?
Sure. That's
Okay.
our word.
So, if you can write something about Clementine in your comment, why Clementine? I have no idea how that has anything to do with these samplers. However, if you say the word Clementine in your comments, then I'll know that you're interested in these 2 samplers. On Liz's next video, she will be giving away and letting you know the winner, who the winner is of these samplers. So make sure you watch Liz's next video to see if you are a winner of these 2 beautiful samplers. Did you show her the front of this one, Caroline's sampler?
Oh, was I showing the back?
Yes. Well, no, it's on both sides, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good.
Oh,
Clever.
That's
I actually
deceiving.
have this Caroline sampler. I haven't started yet, but it's really beautiful. I just want to give you up close. It's very, pretty muted colors. Really, really sharp looking. That's nice.
did you do that one?
No, I have it. I don't even know. I might have
It
it.
looks like Mother's Prayer.
Yeah, it does. I might have it kitted up, and this one's really pretty too. Nice colors on that one. So if you're interested in that, something about
Say Clementine.
Clementine. All right. What do we have? Anything else that you'd like to? Oh, you thought you were gonna get away with not showing your stitching, huh? So I told her she had started. God, when did you start this?
Like
2 years ago?
3 years ago? 2 or 3 years
Yeah.
ago?
We went up to the mountains and we took along a project, and McKenna she picked it up really quickly and easily. So this, I think, is Claustron fabric, I think is what Liz said it is, but it's a really large,
big.
yeah, it's a really large count, and great for starting on. This is a ornament that McKenna chose out of the Christmas Ornaments magazine, and this, what's the,
2013?
where's that? Is it? Oh yeah, Christmas 2013.
Ish.
That's what the front of it looks like. And I don't want to show the chart, but that's the ornament right there. So she chose that one to do, and this is what she has finished so far. And it's really
In
cool.
2 years.
Well, you did the, you added some snow, you added, what, the smoke up there?
Mm-hmm.
And the windows are finished. So the only thing you really have to do is, what, a few more snowflakes, and then
The reindeer.
the reindeer. Yeah, down here you have a bunch of snow and reindeer to do. But it's really cool on this, easy for her to stitch with. I mean, she picked it up extremely quickly. I thought I was gonna have to help her with like changing the colors, or when she was ready to move on to a new color for a different symbol, and all of a sudden she was working from the house to the trees, and it was all good. It looks very pretty on that. I like it, McKenna. What are you using, 3 strands? It's a very, very, very open weave, so
Yeah, it's really,
some of your,
you kind of see how open it is.
yeah, it's very open. Good girl, you even showed the back of your work. Woo woo, look at that.
Might not look the best.
And it's not bad, cute.
There you go. No shame.
So anyway, you can get that finished, that's your homework. And then you have to decide how you want to finish it. Like fully finish it. Although we could make a really large ornament out of it, because we have a huge tree, so we need really large ornaments towards the bottom. So finishing it like in a rustic way would be cool.
You just put it in a frame,
You could do that too.
like in a
Yeah,
thin frame.
yeah, you could do that.
That'd be pretty.
Yeah.
We'll do that.
And then it's all DMC, right? There's not many colors, so that was a good first choice. Good job.
Gracias.
Yes. All right. Well, I think that's about it to show you for today. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. And do you have anything else that you'd like to share with everyone?
I don't know. Do people know what I do? Like, we say that I'm a healthcare worker, but do people know what I do?
Some, go ahead. Some do, some don't.
Okay, so, sorry, I keep playing with my hair. It's terrible.
Yeah, that's annoying.
I know, it's so annoying. Sorry.
Shave it off.
No. Oh my
No, I wouldn't shave your hair.
So I currently go to school for X-ray. I'm supposed to graduate on May 14th, a little over a month. Currently, my school is closed. We're doing all online classes, but we have to do clinicals, like where we actually go to outpatient centers and to the hospital, and we do work in the OR and fluoroscopy cases and like everywhere. X-ray is like a big, you don't have a hospital if you don't have X-ray, CT, memo, MRI, or anything like that. So I'm supposed to graduate in May, hopefully, if my school opens back up. But so I work as a tech aide for X-ray, and sometimes I fill in as a tech too. Like Easter night, I'm going to be working in the ER as a tech because I'm almost done in my schooling, so I can do almost everything a certified X-ray tech can do. But when I work in the ER, I basically, if I'm working as an aide, basically just I go into patients' room, and I bring them to X-ray. I help the techs doing the X-rays, but if I'm working as a tech, I can do the X-rays all by myself. The tech just has to check name and birthday and my images afterwards, just to make sure that they're good. And so yeah, so we live it's a pretty crazy life. So hopefully I just graduate in time, because I already have I have my job lined up and everything. I'm
Yeah,
supposed
she got
to
a full-time
graduate.
job.
Yeah, I'm supposed to graduate on May 14th, and I'm supposed to start my new job on May 17th. But if I don't graduate, I might not be able to start my job in time.
It'll all work out.
Yeah, I know.
It will.
It gives me stress rashes.
Yeah.
I have stress rashes.
Oh, you poor baby.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, it'll work out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyways, that's what I do.
Yeah.
But I don't just work in the ER. I also work in the department where we take care of general house patients, and then I also work at all of like our outpatient sites as well, and urgent cares. So we go everywhere. It's really fun, and it's like just extra schooling that I get paid for. So it's really nice.
Yeah.
But
it's really cool. She has the medical mind, and that attracts her. I can't stand the sight of blood. My mom was an head OR nurse. So it's so cool because if my mom was still alive, she would be so proud of you. And just think, and you're working in the hospital she worked in, and it's just, that's so cool.
I like blood. Like
Yeah.
I've seen some pretty bad broken bones, really bad broken bones.
When you've
and
been
I
in
think
the OR.
it's so cool. Yeah, I like the OR a lot.
Yeah.
Because I won't get too graphic, but I do like to see that kinds of stuff, and I
Yeah.
like broken bones.
Yeah,
so.
I don't. I knew that this was interesting to her because when I was pregnant with Logan, remember how, if you don't know, I have absolutely awful pregnancies, and I can't be pregnant on my own. I need a lot of medical intervention. So through my PICC line, there was 2 ports. And
Oh, I know.
do you not remember this? So she was 3 when I was pregnant with Logan. And I would have a day nurse come to the house every day. And
I remember the day nurse.
Yeah, and our mother-in-law, my mother-in-law, love her to death. She would basically pretty much live with us because I couldn't do anything on my own. I couldn't even swallow my own saliva. So I had a PICC line which fed me and the baby. I had this problem with McKenna too. Fed me and the baby, and also
But it was worse with Logan. That's all that matters.
Yeah. Well,
Logan's.
I couldn't imagine how it could get worse. The reason why it was worse with Logan is because what ended up helping me a little bit with her did not help with him. So that's why it was still the same symptoms. I still had the same problems. It's just, it just took a lot longer. Usually, like by my 3rd trimester, it was good. I was able to eat. Everything was good. But yeah, before that, it was awful. So anyway, I was fed 16 hours a day through my port, and then I would get medicine every 2 hours round the clock for months and months and months. So a day nurse would come to the house every day and check me, and just they were worried about blood clots and just all kinds of things. But every other day she would have to take blood from my PICC line, and McKenna, I would be laying on the couch, and of course I'm not watching. I don't want to know what's going on.
She does not do blood.
I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to, nothing. So McKenna's standing there next to me on the couch. The blood's coming, through the line, and she's talking to the nurse, and McKenna's going, "Oh, mommy, oh, here it comes. Oh, there's the red. I see it." And she's describing it to me in a way that I'm picturing it in my head. And oh my gosh, I kept saying, "Honey, let's talk about something else, because I don't want to hear that right now." Or "Oh, McKenna, is the sun shining outside? Oh, McKenna." I was trying to get her so distracted because I was ready to pass out by just you describing what was happening. It was awful. So I knew all the way back then when you were 3 that it didn't bother you. So
I even liked the first time. I can still remember the first time I got my blood drawn. I was so scared because I don't like needles.
Yeah.
That's the only part that I don't like. I don't like needles. I don't like when I see nurses put needles in patients' arms. I have to go out of the room for that. No. But I remember the first time I got my blood drawn, I was bawling.
Oh, yeah.
I hate shots. I
yeah.
would kick, and luckily my nurse loved me, and she's
Yeah.
my nurse my whole life until like 2 years ago when she
Yeah.
left. But
yeah, we
Yeah.
loved Leilani. She was
Leilani.
McKenna's nurse, and she took care of me also when I was pregnant with both of you, and she was the best because one time you kicked her,
I kicked her.
and I felt so awful that my child had kicked her that I went right home and sent a huge bouquet of flowers to her office. So the poor girl had some pretty flowers, and I was like apologizing for my awful child that kicked her. Oh my goodness. You're lucky she loved you so much.
She did. She even had a picture of me hanging up above her chest.
All right, well, we have talked your
Oh
ear
my
off long
goodness.
enough. Please stay safe, and keep
Wash your
stitching. Yes, wash your hands.
Do a stitch, wash your hands, do a stitch.
Oh,
Should just be a process.
that's too much.
Yeah.
That's too much. All right, you will see Liz next, and that's how I'll get to see her too. So I love you, Liz. I miss you, and hopefully then I will be back after you see Liz. Do you know what we do at the end of our videos?
Are we saying Hakuna Matata?
You can say that if you want to.
Hakuna Matata.
But as always,
Share the joy of needlework.
Oh,
I did
good
it.
girl, you did it. All right, see ya.